Well, hello and welcome back. Thanks for coming back. That's a little bit of announcement of some of the things that are taking place in downtown Paphos. And we're in Midtown Paphos, by the way. Technically, we're in the old town. Well, I would say so anyway. On the right-hand side is Kennedy Square. So that's the main entrance from this part of Paphos if you're going to go for a wander in and around the old town. And there was a lady the other day that went into the old town and she popped in to see Mr. Alan, one of the greatest cake makers in the world, and she had a gluten-free cake and a nice cup of coffee. Who am I talking about? That's our girl in charge of the show. That's our day man. And believe it or not, Alan remembered her. She popped in there last year, and of course we met Alan on camera a couple of years back now. So one of these days I'm going to take you on a walk around in the old town, and we're going to go and chat with him about his cakes. Because I tell you what, if you want a cake, and on top of that it's gluten-free by the way, but on top of that it's the greatest cakes in the world. He is a 5-star trained patisserie chef, and he used to work in the Elysium Hotel when he first came to Cyprus, and they've decided for his family to set up on his own. And I tell you what, that business is going from strength to strength. So don't forget to keep coming back to the little channel known as Marika and Me, and check in with us now and again. And of course we go a little bit off piste and do, well, I think a very, very interesting video indeed. And of course I know him quite well, and we've been talking a lot over the future of the little channel known as Marika and Me, haven't we, and what's coming on board. And hopefully, fingers crossed, next year we will get to open the Marika and Me lounge bar, and Alan is the gentleman that's going to make our cakes, and he'll make exclusive cakes for us. They will have M&M on them, and I think we'll give them names as well. So we'll have like the Dayman cake and the Lady So Sweet cake, and perhaps the Mark of the Peacocks cake. Who knows? But we're going to have some spectacalities of cakes indeed. On the subject of that Lord Mark, he's got a wife called Lady Cheryl. Just happens to be one of the most beautiful women in the world. They've got 2 daughters as well, and of course that's Princess Amelia and Princess Abigail. So a big shout out to you guys. But also last night I had the great honour to meet a lady in the Paphos Harbour. We were sitting on a table, and Dame Anne was with us, the girl in charge of the show. The Nantwich crew arrived, and at the same time there was a couple from downtown South Wales, and they live in a strange place called 6 Bells. And on top of that, this lady has a son. Well, somehow, I don't know how this works out, but you try and work it out. She's got a very, very famous son indeed, and his name is Alex Ferguson. So he's getting on in life, isn't he? But this lady is his mum. We all understand it just is a coincidence that her son is called Alex Ferguson. So big shout out to Lady Cheryl, and of course the partner in her crimes, our Sir Peter. We were missing you like crazy, and hopefully you'll come and join us again before you go back to 6 Bells in downtown South Wales. Yep, I know I've been through 2 lights on amber now, but the problem is I've got this, well, person, and I mean literally stuck up my bottom. There was a young girl driving a car. She's playing with her hair. She's got a mobile phone going. She's got earphones in her ears, and she's very, very erratic indeed. So it was wise, I think, and now she stuck herself right up my bottom again. I think just to annoy it that little bit more, we'll start to drive that little bit slower. I know it's a problem all over the world, isn't it, where these people, well, they're in a big hurry, or perhaps they're not in a big hurry, they're just not looking at what's going on in the world. They're too wrapped up in their own little lives, isn't it? Like I say, she's got a mobile phone in one hand, she's got earphones in, she's playing with her hair, she's now checking the price of benzene, which is just under €160 per litre. So on that note, if you do like what you see, perhaps consider to smash that like, hit that subscribe button. Doesn't cost you a single penny, by the way, but of course it notifies you when our next video comes up. And now she's whizzing down the inside like a crazy. She's probably got her name on a frappe somewhere, probably. Anyway, as I was saying, hit the like, smash that subscribe button. Tells YouTube that you like what you've seen, and perhaps they should recommend the little channel known as Marika and Me to more like-minded people like yourselves. But if you would like to make a contribution to the channel, and quite a few people do, and of course we thank you very, very much indeed, if you want to pop some benzene in the tank to allow us to keep driving around to make these videos, especially for you, by the way, because if you're watching They are especially for you. You can hunt us down on the Buy Me a Coffee platform and gift us a virtual coffee or two. Only going to cost you €5, by the way. You can also help us out via the super thanks on YouTube itself, where you go to write a comment. There's a little heart-shaped button with a $ in the middle, and on there you can gift us as little as $1.99 or as much as $500. So we thank you very, very much indeed. And I'd like to say a big thank you to some of the people that do. If your name is Lord Andy and you've got a girl in your life called Lady Ness, we're loving you like crazy, and we're looking forward to your return to downtown Paphos in September. There's a clef de co going to have your name on it, that's for sure, in the Pelican restaurant. I'd like to say a big, big thank you from the bottom of our two hearts for those 6 coffees that you gifted us on the virtual platform known as Buy Me a Coffee. I'd also like to say a big, big shout out and thank you very, very much indeed to our girl, Baroness Louise, and of course the partner of her dreams, our great friend, of course, Baron John. Thank you very, very much for those 3 coffees. And of course, June cannot come soon enough. It's just arrived, doesn't it? So when are you about to arrive in downtown Paphos? Now, let's get over this roundabout. This is what we call the Paphos Mall roundabout. The Kings Avenue Mall is on the right-hand side. If you go left that way, obviously you go to Paphos Airport, as it says, but you also come to the big church called Anthony's Church, St. Anthony's Church, to be honest. But we're going to go straight down to the downtown Kato Paphos Promenade and Harbour area, because of course that's what we call the main event. And most people who come to Paphos, even if they're not staying in downtown Kato Paphos, will make the time to come down perhaps one day or one evening. And please, if you do come down one evening, come and have a look for us in the Pelican restaurant. We're there most evenings, and if you notice we're sitting with 2 people, 10 people, who knows how many we might be sitting with. Please, please don't be shy. It would be rude not to come over and say a big, big hello. If you don't want to sit down, that's fine, just come and say hello and have a little brief chat. But if you'd like to join the party, please pull up a chair, let's sit down, you get yourselves a drink, and let's chew the fat, just like some recent Superstar members all the way from downtown in Bolton. Of course, that's the greatest train driver in the world, and he just happens to have a great banker of a wife, and she's a blonde beauty as well. Big shout out and a very, very Calimera from downtown Kato Paphos to Sir Steve, and of course his girl, Lady Sarah. Obviously like crazy, we know October is coming very, very soon indeed. Here we are at the Harbour roundabout, and of course we're going to go straight over it. This gentleman's going to turn in front of us, even though he's not indicating. Doesn't really care much about life by the looks of it, but never mind. Leave him in his little world, shall we? We're going to go and get a great view of the blue Mediterranean Sea. It's quite busy, as you can see. The summer season has certainly started to ramp up, and of course at night times now in the Paphos Promenade and Harbour area, as it gets towards the weekend, by the way, it's rammed to the rafters. So if you are looking for a table in one of those restaurants, I suggest that you pop down in the daytime and make sure you book it, because otherwise you might be a bit disappointed when you come down if that table is not free. And don't forget, if you go to the restaurant, to mention the magic words Marika and me, because more often than not you will find that they will either give you a discount or they'll gift you something for free, like a little cake or perhaps a dessert, or perhaps just something like a drink or two. We're going to circumnavigate to the rear of the Harbour restaurants, because round the back of it is a great view, but on top of that there is another car park. And of course, if you're from downtown in Durham, in other words you're a Durhamite, as I say, if your name is Sir Dave and you've got a girl in your life called Lady Elaine, yeah, well, he grasped this little bit of information from one of the Marika and Me channel's videos. They came down in their hire car, couldn't find a place in the main car park to park, were about to go, and then he doubled back, and his wife said to him, "Where are we going?" And he said, "Well, I remember Mr. Paul told me that there's a big car park to the rear of the Harbour restaurant, so let's go and see if he was telling the truth." And of course I was. So they came around the back, parked up, chuchka danced into the harbour, and of course got themselves a drink and a bite to eat, and had a spectacality of a day indeed. Look at that. That is a truly spectacality of a view indeed. This is the brand new sunset viewing point. That's the Paphos Castle, and of course just over yonder is the blue Mediterranean Sea. If you're looking for somewhere to chill out, if you're looking for somewhere to gather your thoughts, perhaps like that gentleman sitting over there, what better place to do it? If you're curious to know what the temperature is today, according to the car it is 28 degrees, and we haven't even got to midday yet. So if you're looking for a spectacality of a place indeed to get a suntan and a fabulous holiday, Paphos should be at the very top of your list. I'm going to say thanks for watching. If you like what you see, hit that like, click that subscribe, and please don't forget to perhaps hunt us down on the Buy Me a Coffee platform, or gift us via the super thanks on YouTube itself. Final big shout out to some of the regular viewers on Mr. Paul's Drive Time. If your name is Sir Jake, Kalimera to you. Sir Daniel, Kalimera. Sir Ronaldo, Kalimera. Sir Brian, Kalimera. And of course those two boys in downtown damp and dreary Cardiff, a big Kalimera to Baron Simon and of course Baron Jeremy. I look forward to seeing you again very soon indeed. Don't forget to keep on coming back for that little bit more of my complete and utter madness. I look forward to seeing you again tomorrow. But what a view, huh? It's all blue. Oh yeah. Every single day I like to come and sit by the blue Mediterranean Sea, gather my thoughts and understand that I am living in downtown paradise. Thanks for watching.